But I will say this. I do believe that to separate yourself in this league, to actually be competitive, you need the elite game breakers. And so all these teams that have prospects on the way, it looks to me like Ottawa's actually became that.
Pete, give us your work on the Ottawa Senators.
The Ottawa Senators.
They are hot.
They are extremely hot. In the month of December, they're currently on a 4-game win streak. They've won 7 of their last 10. They have the third best points percentage in December, outscoring opponents 17-7 at 5-on-5, and are allowing the fewest goals per game. Big part of that, the biggest part of that, Linus Ullmark has won his last 6 starts, 972 save percentage with 2 shutouts. They've given up 9 total goals in their last 7 games. 3 of those came into games started by Anton Forsberg, who let up 3 goals on 12 shots. So, like, Linus Ullmark is saving the Ottawa Senators. Is that sustainable? Do you believe in the Ottawa Senators if Linus Ullmark is a Vezina or even close to it caliber goaltender?
Yeah, well, first off, shout out to the production value of your show, having boards and flashbacks. This is really high end. But yes, Linus Ullmark to me is going to be the difference maker for this team because I think the East kind of sucks. Like I look down that, you look at sort of who's close there, who's going to get into that final wild card spot. Like the Rangers can't lose enough. The Islanders are stagnant as hell. It's like, who's any good? One team gets a Vezina performance from a goalie, and it's like, sure, they're going to be the team that gets in. But I will say this. I do believe that to separate yourself in this league, to actually be competitive, you need the elite game breakers. And so all these teams that have prospects on the way, it looks to me like Ottawa's actually became that. Like, Stützle is elite to me. He is a total difference maker. Tkachuk is a 40-goal guy who'll punch you in the face. Like, Sanderson looks really good. He goes back on pucks and no one touches him. He's like Mike Vick back there. So they do have some guys who are elite difference makers. And so, yeah, few guys that are great and a great goalie. I think they are good enough to get in. The rest of the team is absolutely average, but you can say that of all those teams around there.
Okay, so they are not overtaking, I would say, like they're not overtaking the Lightning, but they could overtake the Bruins. And I think that on the balance of the season, I've liked the Senators more than I've liked the Bruins this season.
I mean, to Justin's point, like the Senators right now have something going extremely right. What is going extremely right for the Bruins? Nothing.
Joe Sakic from Medford.
The only thing that's gone extremely right for the Bruins in the last month or so is their schedule. They've just played a bunch of horrible teams.
Pavel Zacha's an overtime merchant. How many times do we need to say this, Peter?
I mean, it is worth pointing out, though, that the teams that Ottawa has played recently have not been amazing either. I do want to run down that list because I was looking at it and I was like, oh, that could explain it. Last bunch of games, Kraken, no. Penguins, no, definitely not.
Penguins haven't been horrible of late.
They're not a good team.
They are the Penguins.
The Carolina Hurricanes, they shut out the Hurricanes, so credit to them. That's impressive victory.
Big boy win.
They beat the Ducks. They lost to the Islanders. They beat the Predators. Great, congratulations. And they beat the Red Wings. So, and then they lost to the Ducks before that. That's the month of December.
You only beat who you play?
We have a show. Yeah, we have a show to do today, Pete. We can only talk about what the Senators are doing right now. We want to talk about the Senators losing to the Knights in a couple of weeks. We'll do that then. Although Senators famously are hot. I got some numbers for you on that. I'm just kidding. I'm just going to repeat what you said. But I'm not so in on the Senators that I say, yeah, playoff team. But I am so in on Justin's point, which is the East kind of sucks. If there were a mushy middle of the league, it would be the second through fourth spots in each of these divisions. No, the Metro.
Islanders are league average. Islanders are the defining league average team for me. They're fine.
Yeah. But Hurricanes, I love. Capitals, God, do I love. But if you want to go in the Atlantic, and Florida is Florida. Toronto, I believe in this season, but we'll see what ends up happening with their goaltending with Stolarz out for the time being. Tampa, better than we thought, but we're not talking about world beaters once you get into even the Toronto, the Tampa, the Boston, and then as you get into the wild cardish stuff, the Ottawa, the Philadelphia.
The last 2 seasons have made me wish so badly that there were 4 wild card spots available to the entire league, not 2 to each conference. Because last year I would have taken it away from the Washington Capitals and given it to, I don't even remember at this point who would have been in contention for the Western Conference, but I can guarantee they would deserve it more than the Washington Capitals did. And this year, I think that I would give 3 spots to the Western Conference again.
We all silly like the mayor.